So, hey, this is LewanaMichelle again. It appears that the video that I just recorded was not up to par and the connection was horrible. So, I am going to try this again, talking about comparisons. Please let me know if it's breaking up, if you can type it in, because one of the things, if you know anything about me, I like to do things in excellence and as best as I can. So I am going to try this again and try this topic again. So if it's clear, give me a thumbs up, give me some love, show me some hearts or something. But also, as my viewers and as my audience, I do want to make sure that I am giving information that you can hear and that's clear, because it's not going to do you any good or even me any good if it's not clear and if you can't understand what I'm saying. So I definitely appreciate that. Thank you so much for giving that information. But again, if it starts breaking up, or if you can't hear me, just start giving me a thumbs down if you can't type in the chat box. But I did want to come on here and just talk about comparisons again. So for those who don't know me, I am Lewana Harris, also known as LewanaMichelle, and I enlighten, encourage, and empower you to live to your fullest potential. For those of you who are just coming in, if you can go ahead and if you can hear me, type in yes, you can hear me. If it breaks up, or if you're unable to hear me at any time during the live video, please let me know. I want to make sure that you're receiving the information as clear as possible. So this topic came from a few days ago. I actually posted a post in regards to the story of David and Goliath. And if you know anything about that story, you know that David came against Goliath, and Saul actually gave David his armor. And one of the things that David said, he said, you know what, I can't win victory over Goliath with your armor on. It doesn't fit me. And so when I thought about that, it really came to mind, and it came to my mind that, a lot of times we try to get to a place of destiny, or get to a place of newness, or get to another dimension in our lives. But we do that by trying to be someone else, or trying to wear someone else's purpose, or trying to wear someone else's personality. And a lot of times that's not good. That's not good for us, because what happens is, when you are trying to get to a place of victory, you can't do that wearing someone else's armor. And so when you try to do these things, it can cause mental health issues. It can cause low self-esteem. It can cause low self-confidence. It can also cause you to stay stuck in a certain situation. It can make you stay stuck, and it can make you get to the point where you are just at a place where you're not even yourself. And so when you are trying to compare yourself to other people, and as quiet as it's kept, though, honestly, it's not just women that compare themselves. Men also compare themselves to other men as well. So it's not just women. I know a lot of times we say, women compare themselves to other women and all of that, but men also do the exact same thing. And so there are some ways that we can compare ourselves to other people, especially in the social media world, especially in where we have Instagram, we have Twitter, we have Facebook, we have all these different social media platforms, which are good. However, they can cause you to feel a certain way about yourself. So in the sense of trying to overcome this comparison, we can do that by 4 different ways that I'm going to show you, and I'm going to tell you about in a little bit. But there are ways that we compare ourselves. We compare ourselves through our bodies. So we look at our bodies, or we look at other people's bodies, and we say, I wish I had a body like this person, or I wish I had, their body, or I wish, as females, we say, man, I wish my bottom was like theirs, or men, are saying that I wish my arms was like this man, or I wish my arms were like his. And that can cause some low self-esteem, you all. That can cause us to be to have low self-confidence. And so you really have to be careful about that. Also, we can covet, or we can think about other people's personalities and say, I wish my personality was like this person, or I wish I had a better personality, or I wish my personality, I wish I was more outgoing, or I wish I was just, more of a people person. And then sometimes the people that are extroverts, they say sometimes, I wish I was more of an introvert. I wish I was able to just sit at home. And so a lot of times people are looking at that and they're comparing themselves to others. And so we say, be okay with the personality that you have. Be okay with who you are, because there's a reason why you are the way that you are. All of your life experiences have brought you to this place and have caused you to have this personality that is supposed to be able to help other people. So look at that as well as a way of how people compare themselves to others. So we really want to balance that out. Now, again, there is a difference, or a thin line between being inspired and being motivated versus being envious and being jealous. So if you are inspired and motivated by someone else's, you can look at someone else's body. Maybe they work out consistently, and that motivate and that inspires you better, then that's fine. As long as it's not making you feel some sort of way about yourself, and now you're really stuck and you have low self-esteem and low self-confidence. So sometimes other people compare their spouses to other spouses. I have actually been in groups, and I've been in places where people will say things about their spouse like, oh my gosh, my husband did this and my husband did that. And I've seen other people say, man, I wish my husband did that, or I wish my husband did those things for me. And then there's also been men that say, I wish my wife was like this, or I wish my wife was like that. But what is that saying to your wife? What is that saying to your husband? What is that saying to them or your spouse? Just, that's saying that you're not good enough for me, or that's saying, you know what, man, I wish you would do more. Now, if there are some things that you all have talked about, and there's some things that you have said, based off of your love language, honey, I wish you did more of this. And now your spouse is like, okay, you know what, I could do more of that. Again, it's that motivation, it's that inspiration, not comparing yourself to other people. And then sometimes we also can compare our lives just as a whole. We compare our income, we compare our education. Sometimes we say, I wish I had this person, I wish I had a doctorate, I wish I had like this other person. And instead of allowing it to inspire and motivate you, now you're thinking about yourself in a certain way. Now you're saying, I'm not enough, or I feel like I should be doing more, when in reality, sometimes you are exactly where it is that you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be right where you are. And then think about this, like if you are comparing yourselves to other people, maybe you feel like someone may have more than you, or they may have a bigger house, or they may have a different, different income, or whatever it is. You have to look at, maybe they've sowed seeds earlier than you did. Maybe they've been doing that thing longer than you have. Maybe they have been in a different position. Maybe they have really done some other things more than you, and that's okay. That's fine to really look at and say, hopefully that will inspire you and motivate you. So those are 4 ways. There are a few there. I'm sure there are other ways, but there are just ways that we can actually compare ourselves. But there are also ways that when you really think about it, how can we get out of this role of comparison? How can we get out of this comparison mindset and really think about ways of having this high self-esteem and really walking in confidence? And so I was inspired by this information by a devotion that I read called "Stay in Your Lane," and this literally connected with the information that I'm given. And so they gave 4 different ways that you can really, kind of increase your confidence. And so number 1 is just knowing who you are. Knowing who you are, knowing who you were created by, knowing who you were created to be. And if you're not there, what type of person do you want to be? What type of person are you thinking that you would like to be? What does success look like for you? And then really be intentional about getting to wherever it is that you're trying to get to. If that means that you have to connect with certain people, if that means that you have to, really kind of get out of your comfort zone, be intentional about that. And then number two, guard your heart. So the things that come out of our mouths and the things that we say, those are the things that are within our hearts. And so we have to really guard our hearts. And when you think about it, and when you think of a guard, you think about a fence that's around your heart that only allows certain things to come in. And so when you are being influenced by certain things that are not good for you, or being influenced by things that are not healthy, then you have to make the proper adjustments to say, you know what, this is what I have to adjust. I have to make sure that my peace is maintained. I have the authority over my peace. I have the authority over creating that peaceful environment and maintaining that environment. And I need to make sure that what I am allowing to come into my life and to come into my heart, that it's positive and it's going to be healthy. So again, you have the authority over your peace. You have the authority to guard your heart. And then also the gratitude. You have to really look at and really be appreciative of the things that you have. There are people that are literally praying for the things that you have. You may look at your house and say, I wish I had a bigger house. But guess what? You have a house. Or you may be in a certain situation that says, you know, I wish I had this, or I wish I had that. You know, I heard someone say that when they get up in the morning, they think about as soon as they wake up, those things that they're grateful for. And that's important. I know for me, there has been times when I have said, you know what, I've really kind of sat down and said, you know what, God, I'm just thankful for my house. I'm thankful for my children. I'm thankful for my two legs. I'm thankful for my home. I'm thankful for my car. And when you do that, if you do that genuinely, like at some point you have to become emotional, because again, there are people that are literally praying for the things that you have, and maybe the things that you're even complaining about. So just be grateful, having that attitude of gratitude. I know that may be kind of cliche-ish, but that is just really the truth to it, just having an attitude of gratitude. And then the fourth one is the celebrating other people's wins. So you are celebrating when you genuinely celebrate other people, and when you genuinely celebrate their accomplishments, you're celebrating the things that they've overcome. You're celebrating the house, you're celebrating the spouse, you're celebrating the children, everything that they've done, that they're doing. You are genuinely celebrating with them and for them. And when you do that, that's another way that we can increase our self-confidence and not compare ourselves to others. And so, again, these are just 4 different points that I wanted to throw out there. Hopefully, this is my second time doing this tonight, because the first one was the audio was horrible, and I don't know, the connection was horrible. So I'm really hoping that this is clear. So if it is clear, please give me a thumbs up, give me a wave or something, just to let me know that this connection is a little bit clearer than the first. Because I do, like I said before, I wanted to make sure that my audience is hearing the things that I'm saying. So if you can hear clearly and it's coming across clearly, if you can just give me a thumbs up or give me a heart or something. Okay, thank you so much. Now, for an announcement that I made earlier that I am going to make again. So one of the things that I thought, I was kind of sitting at my table and just really thinking about the things that are going on in the Black community and things that are going on in our society right now. And I wanted to be able to really think about, have we ever asked our Black males, in regards to the things that are going on in our communities, have we ever asked them, hey, you know what, how are you feeling? I know as individuals, we've probably asked our sons, we've probably asked our husbands and our friends, we've probably asked them individually, but as a community and as a society, have we really said, hey, my Black brother, are you okay? And how are you feeling? And so for that reason, I have asked a couple of my friends and to co-host a Zoom discussion with me, and it is entitled Black Brothers, How Are You Feeling? And it is going to be a way for our African American brothers to come and to really kind of share their feelings, share their anger, get their emotions out. And it's going to be a safe place for them to come and just really talk. It's going to be facilitated by Pastor Jonathan Lloyd right here in Tulsa. And then it's also going to be Justin Betts, who's also right here in Tulsa. So these awesome men are going to help facilitate this discussion and really kind of allow those that support our Black men and love them, provide some understanding and some guidance on what we can do to support even more. So right after this call, or right after this video, there's going to be an opportunity for you to sign up. And once you sign up, you will get the Zoom link. And so I'm really hoping that you will share that with your community, share that with your brothers, your cousins, your nephews, your uncles, your dad, all of those Black men that really love, are really, really needing a place to come and just vent. I know we probably do that in pockets, and I know we probably do that in certain areas, but as a community, we need to do that. And it's going to be so good. So again, you'll have an opportunity to sign up for that, and I appreciate you all so much. Hopefully, again, this information was way better than the first one, and I appreciate you all for joining me. Thank you all so much for being here. I know that you can be anywhere else, but right here on the call. But I thank you for just listening, and I thank you for just hanging with me this evening. Again, I'm LewanaMichelle, and I'm here to enlighten, encourage, and empower you to live to your fullest potential. That's what I do. That's my life purpose, and I thank you, and I appreciate everything that you're doing. Thank you. Have a great evening.